So you play with the White Sox, you end up managing in the Marlins organization. You know, I had Cal Ripken's dad, Cal Ripken Sr., who was a catcher, and he hurt his shoulder. So I think you were maybe 31 when you started managing. He was 28, and he couldn't play anymore. But he loved to play, and you know, batting practice every day.
Yeah.
But you know, the Oriole way was, you know, never let anybody outwork you. Come get a little bit better. There are no such things as shortcuts. Go back to your first year when you're 31. I always thought Cal was my surrogate dad. You assumed that role when you're 31 years old.
Yeah, and it was opening up a new stadium in Greensboro at that time. I was really fortunate. The Marlins gave me an incredible opportunity to. I was a hitting coach for 2 years, and in the third year asked me if I wanted to start managing, and yeah, I wanted to. I couldn't wait to do it, and so I managed Low A in Greensboro. Like I said, it was a brand new stadium. It was a great downtown ballpark, great place to play single A baseball. Yeah, and I had it was you're thrown into something that you really aren't prepared for exactly. There's no course to take to managing a minor league team. I just relied on, you know, we had great roving coordinators at that time. We had really good people in the organization. I was really close to our farm director and some people in the front office that would give input and just ask a lot of questions and try to figure it out. And
then you also became like the minor league field coordinator. Now that sounds like it's really a pretty stressful job. I mean, you're in charge of pretty much everybody from A ball to, I guess, through AAA.
Yeah, no, I did that, and I was the infield rover in my last year in Miami, on the minor league side, and then went to the bench coach with Miami, and then when I went to Chicago is when I ran the field coordinator, which was an amazing challenge because of the front office group there that went into Chicago with Theo, Epstein, and Jed and that group, and they really hired only a couple people. And to go in to be the minor league field coordinator of an organization you don't know, coaches you don't know very well, that was an incredible challenge, and I learned a lot from that year.
So you coached down in Miami, and you know, you and I were talking. I mean, one of the great names in baseball is Jack McKeon. He's 91 years old. You had him, 3-4 months down in Miami. What was that like?
That was an incredible experience. Jack treated me so well. I mean, he came out of retirement to finish managing the year that year in 2011, so about 4 months to go. And I got to spend every day with him. In Miami, you shared an office, so a bench coach shared an office with the manager. So I was with him every single day. I saw all of his media stuff. He did it in his office. But we would ride to the ballpark together every day. We would ride back from the ballpark together every day. He would walk the warning track every day with a cigar in his mouth. And it would just be telling stories and talking about the game the night before. And somebody that had, I think it was 50, 60 years of experience at that point, to be able to just share with me and to have me involved and included in really everything that he was doing those last 4 months, it was a time I'll never forget.
Well, you go from there to the Cubs, and you're with Rick Renneria, who I don't know that well, but one of the nicest guys that I had ever talked to. Great with the media, friendly, outgoing, and whatever. And of course, he leaves, and then you get Joe Maddon, who I knew from when he was third base coach, bench coach, for Mike Socia, and former catcher, I guess, a little bit like you. And then he kind of changes the culture down at Tampa Bay. What was that like?
Well, I only knew Joe from across the dugout and being in Miami, him in Tampa, so playing them interleague for a couple years. So I didn't know Joe really well. Go back to Ricky. Ricky, like you said, is an amazing person, and I was really fortunate to be with Ricky. And then when Joe came, that was a moment that, one, it changed the course of the organization and how he went about things. So relaxed, so confident, incredibly organized, incredibly steady, and really allowed people to work and allow people to be themselves in a tough environment in a team that's never won before. So it was like the perfect kind of storm there, where Joe came. We were getting really talented in the big leagues from a lot of younger players, and also signing the right veterans in that year that he came. But Joe and me we're still extremely tight. We probably text or call once every couple of weeks. He checks in with me. It's a really special relationship.